A lot has been made about the altitude in Denver and the home court advantage it provides. Of course, Heat coach Erik Spoelstra got asked about it yesterday. He says his team is down to play anywhere. Take a listen.
If Denver wants to tip this thing off at the top of Everest, we'll do that. They also got to come back to Miami if we want to make it about that. We'll turn off the air conditioning. They got to play in 90-degree humidity, sap the out of their legs.
That humidity's real. All right, Hall of Famer Kevin Garnett also speaking about the altitude on his show. KG certified it, saying that bleep is real. You know what the Nuggets do before games just to bleep with your mental? Welcome to Denver. If you start feeling faint, it's because you're above sea level. You're like in the layup line. Did you hear that bleep? Yo, hold on. Whoa, whoa. Did the PA announcer just say 5,280 feet? You start having a panic attack. It is a mile up there. Shannon, how much have you seen the altitude impact opposing visiting teams not used to it?
Skip, there's a reason why athletes train at altitude. Skip, where's the Olympic training facility? It's in Boulder, Colorado.
Yep.
7,700 feet above sea level. They go to Flagstaff. They go to Santa Fe, New Mexico. If you're in the tour, you hear them going to Italy and they go to France because they want to go. The Kenyans are so great because of the Rift Valley.
Yeah.
Because it's so high above altitude and they train in it all the time. And so when they come down to sea level, they have so much red blood, they have so much oxygen, red blood cells, they just go, 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 go. There's a reason why. Friend of mine, Ryan Clark, just won an Emmy. Congratulations, bro. I sent you out. I hope you got the message.
Very close friend of mine. Go ahead.
He has sickle cell.
Yep.
He has a condition that if he were to play at altitude, he could possibly die.
Well, you know what game that was?
Yes, it was in Denver, right?
Well, it was that Tebow game. Yeah.
And guess what? He could never play at altitude. He could never play in there again. He can go anywhere else. He can play in Miami. He can play in Chicago. He can play in Baltimore. He can play in San Francisco. He just couldn't play there.
Well, he said he came close to risking it, but at the last second you say, is it worth my life?
Mike Tomlin said, no, sir.
Yep.
Mike Tomlin said, ain't no way I'll let my son go out there. You my son today.
That is correct.
Yes, Skip, and it does. Because you train in it, you get used to it. But it took me a while. Because when I go back home to Atlanta and I would come back out there, but I was like, damn, I've been doing all this training. It feels like I've been doing nothing. So it took me a good 2 weeks to get my body acclimated to that thin air. Yeah, and people are like, well, is that why y'all won? No, that wasn't why we won a bunch of games in Denver. Skip, we had a damn good football team.
You did.
We had good football. We had good football players. We got 5 guys in the Hall of Fame. So we were pretty good.
And your quarterback
yes.
is like all-time top 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was a situation where, you know, you got a good team.
Yeah.
But it does have an impact on your body. That's why you train. You see guys go to Big Bear. Skip, when they box, they go to Big Bear. There's a reason. They didn't know why I just want. You ain't going to Big Bear just like ain't no shopping malls. Ain't a whole lot. You want the isolation. You want the solitude.
Yeah.
But you want to be able to train and get your body acclimated.
I once went to Big Bear and sat with Ken Norton before anybody knew who he was.
Yeah.
Before he was about to break Muhammad Ali's jaw, right?
Yeah.
And that's Ken Norton Sr., not Jr. Go ahead.
But I love the way Erik Spoelstra is playing this.
No, dude.
We're not. Hey, they want to go to Everest.
Let's go play.
We go 20,000. We go 20,000 feet above sea level.
Yeah.
We'll go wherever they want to play the play. We go to the moon.
Yep.
But I tell you what,
Did you get his little joke about turn off the air conditioning?
Yeah, but you got to bring your ass back to Miami, where it's already 90 degrees, and you're going to be in an arena, and we're going to turn the AC off.
Okay, you know what happened in Game 1 of the 2014 Finals? Somehow the air conditioning fritzed in San Antonio in the AT&T Center.
It locked Braun up.
I don't know what happened. And only one player cramped on the floor, and it was your guy.
Yeah.
In the fourth quarter of Game 1.
The biggest guy with the lowest body fat. That's probably why he locked up.
Okay. I don't know what happened to the air conditioning, but they blamed it on the electric company. I don't know.
Oh, they ain't paid their bill?
I don't know.
You do know.
I do know. I loved it, actually.
Yeah, I bet you did.
But LeBron and company bounced back and won Game 2, and then that was
the
all
last one they
wrote.
won.
Okay. They got blown off the floor by a record finals margin. Who knew? Okay. I have wrestled with this concept for literally years and years. I've been with Dallas Cowboy teams that went into Denver and somehow won the football game, and I'd say, well, I guess it wasn't that big a deal today. You got upset by the Jacksonville Jaguars in a playoff game featuring Mark Brunell.
Right.
I don't know how they did it, but they heaved their way through the game. I don't know. They pulled it off.
Yes.
Is it a factor? Yes.
Yes.
Is it the factor? No. Okay. So is it a little bit more of a mind factor than a lung factor? To me, yes. Because to Kevin Garnett's point, he just let it just eat him up, man.
Right.
And he's thinking, what's the number? 5,280? Okay. You keep saying, 5,280? I can't breathe, right?
Yeah, most of the time you're like 50 feet above sea level.
Okay. So will it be a factor tonight? Maybe early on, a little bit. It's not like they've never played there because they did play there this year once, and they hung right in there, and it was a game that went to the wire in the fourth quarter. How did they do that? I don't know.
Right.
But they go in there. They packed for Denver, obviously, when they went to Game 7 in Boston. I think they'll be acclimated, and if any organization can overcome the altitude, it's this one, because that coach does it the right way. Let's go play on top of Everest. If you give into it, if you tell your players, if you start to caution them, be ready, because for the first 5 minutes of the game, you're going to feel like you can't breathe. If you start planting those seeds of doubt, you're going to lose. Because in the end, you adjusted. You came out of Atlanta, which is Atlanta below sea level?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's right.
Maybe 2 feet above sea level, but I think below sea level.
And you would figure it out.
Yes.
Yeah. Once upon a time, when I was a little kid, what was I in 4th grade? I must have been 10 years old. I went to it was a church camp up in Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
And it was way up in the Rocky
7700,
Mountains. It was Eagle Lake, it was called. It was way up there. And I will admit to you, for a little while, the first couple of days, I felt a little funky.
Yeah.
Because we're doing all kinds of running activities.
Right.
And I'm boxing. I'm doing all kinds of stuff.
They put the Olympic training facility up there for a reason. They could have put it anywhere they wanted to, Skip. But what did they do? Because especially after Mexico City, it was the first time they had been at altitude.
Oh, that's big altitude.
Yeah, and in '68, and the records, the legendary Kip Keino and all those Kenyans came down. Lee Evans set the world record. Bob Beamon, they thought that was the reason why Bob Beamon broke the world record in the long jump by almost 2 feet.
Yep.
His first jump.
Okay, so in the end, will the Heat find it debilitating tonight? I'm going to say no. If any team can tough through it, because it's as much mental as it is physical.
But you got to push the pace, Skip. What you got to do is that you let them play their type of game, Skip. They're going to walk the ball up. They're not in a hurry. They want to get you in the half court.
They'll run if you give them the shot.
Right.
Off turnovers, they will run you out of the gym.
But if I'm the Nuggets, I'm trying to push the pace, and they like to play fast. The Nuggets like to get out. They got guys that can get out even yoke. He'll bring it up on the break. But but like you said, Skip, it's a factor, but it's not the factor. Yeah. Because guess what? We played in that same team, and we didn't have no good quarterback. The team coming there and beat bricks off us with the Broncos.
Your Broncos last year, they lost some.
Yeah. So I don't know. They must be playing at sea level there, Skip.
Maybe. Yep. Thank you for your expertise.
Yeah.
Nobody knows it better than you.
We will see, guys. All of these elements play in, but I tell you what, these are 2 blue-collar teams. I'm looking forward to the battle. They're going to slog it out. All right, moving on to the Heat. Are you buying, gentlemen, Jimmy Butler saying he wasn't talking to Nikola Jokic during that Heat-Nuggets scuffle back in 2021? Let's rewind and revisit when Undisputed returns.